Hi guys, my name is Trinity, and today I will be doing my November TBR. Before we get into that, I would like to give a big thank you to my first two Patreons, being Kate and Rosanna. Love you guys. I'm so happy that I could get this kicked off and so excited for the content that I will be putting out for you guys. And before I talk about my TBR, I also have an announcement. The winner of Her Majesty's Royal Coven, the Fairy Loot Edition, is Izzy. And I am so excited to be sending this book off to you, girl. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it because I haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay, so I know I said that I was going to cool it with the TBRs and that I was just going to mood read and everything. With the way October went for me, I am feeling the need to do a TBR because I had 20 books that I wanted to read between October and November, and I failed. I failed hard. And part of that is, like I said a few times recently, my life has been a little chaotic. And so I feel like there needs to be some structure somewhere. So I'm going to talk about the books that I'm actually going to read, like hardcore focus on. So the first three that I have are actually audiobooks, and I purchased them so that I could get access to the book without having to buy the hardback book because I own the rest of these series in paperback. And so I'm waiting on paperbacks to come out for these. One of them you might be able to see up there. Oh, nope, the camera's too far this way. Anyway, Locklands, the final book in the Founders Trilogy by Robert Jackson Bennett. I am dying to get into the final book of this series. It's going to be so great to knock off another series. The second book gave me all of the feels. I was crying at the end of the second book. And so I'm just dying to get into this third one, wrap up the series, and I kind of hope it destroys me because I am ready for these characters to, you know, finally get something out of what they've been trying to do with this whole rebellion they've got going on. The second audio that I have is Until the Last by Mike Shackle. This is a grim, dark, character-driven series that I've absolutely fallen in love with. I've read the first two. There's even a character in it that I hate, but I still love this series. And I have kind of put this off. I'm not really sure why. I think it's just the way things have been going for me lately. Really hard to want to pick up that grim, dark book and, you know, delve into it with any kind of fervor. But I am so excited to be finishing out this trilogy. And I've heard great things. I've heard some things that make me a little worried about my personal opinion on the final book. That could be another thing that's kind of made me put it off. And then I have Fury Song by Rosaria Munda, the final book in the Fireborn trilogy. Very much looking forward to it. Political machinations all over the place. Two friends who shouldn't be friends who end up fighting on wrong sides or opposite sides of the war that they're about to start. I really, really enjoy it. Dragon Riders, there's just so many fun things to love about that trilogy. But again, I have those three on audio that I do plan to listen to, and I plan to buy once they're out in paperback. I just haven't had a chance to get the paperbacks for any of these, and they're not in paperback yet, so that's why. So, one series that I have been dying to get into, a lot of people who have my similar reading taste, which that's a little bit of a stretch. I haven't really met anyone with exact taste to mine, but you know, Patrick has similar reading tastes to me. Elliot Brooks has similar reading tastes to me. We don't agree on everything, but both of them have really loved Ninth Reign. I've been meaning to get to this. I have put this off for one reason only. I was supposed to be buddy reading this with my friend Andrew, and then we both kind of had life-changing events happen and haven't been able to get around to the buddy reads, but I still want to read this. So I will probably be starting this book very soon. I'm not exactly sure how soon, but I would like to say probably after I finish wrapping up the book that I am vlogging for the patrons. And I've heard so many good things about this. What I know is we have a cast of characters that are coming together to stop the end of the world. And this cast of characters are pretty diverse. And when I say diverse, it's like a diverse amalgamation of fantasy characters. We have an elf-like vampire, we have a witch, just a lot of different types of fantasy tropey characters. And they know that they have to stop the end of the world, and they know that there's a way to stop the end of the world, but everyone's forgotten how to do it. That's kind of like the basis of this series. And so I'm very much looking forward to starting it. It sounds so much up my alley that I'm just excited. I'm excited. And I'll be doing an immersive read of this because I do have the audio, but I think that could only lend to my enjoyment. One that I picked up at the buy sell trade that is a love it or hate it book. The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. Now, I picked this book up knowing that there's a lot of people who think it's slow and boring and, you know, just hated it. They hated it. But there are 2 follow-up books to this that are novellas that everyone tells me I'm going to enjoy. And I'm like, I feel like I need to read the source material first. Even if I hate it, I need to at least know what's happening. And then I can move on to the other 2 that everyone assures me that I'm going to love because they are novellas set in this world. But we have the son of an emperor who has lived his life in exile, and now there's a lot of political machinations going on. And he is summoned back to court to take his place on the throne. And from what I understand, this book reads very much like a slice of life of this new emperor, and you get to see the political machinations that are going on around him. That does sound boring to me. It does sound boring. But I want to give this book a try. One, because, I mean, I love Mistborn, and that second book is all political intrigue. That's the only thing happening. And so I think I might like it. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But I really want to read this so that I can get to the 2 novellas that everyone tells me I'm going to absolutely love. Next is one I've been dying to read ever since I picked it up, which was not that long ago, but I am just so excited for it. And that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is about a girl who is growing up in a world that is kind of falling apart, and in order to survive, she has adopted a monster in her head. His name is Nightmare, and we are getting a gothic tale of how she deals with this world. And she goes on a quest to kind of rid this world of the dark magic that is infecting it. And fantasy, gothic, you put those 2 together, and I'm just dying. I need it in my life. And so I'm very, very excited to get to this one. One that I have been dying to get to for a while, and that my friend Andrew has been hounding me to read because of what it is. That would be Darkblade Assassin by Andy Peliquin. Now, I have this on audio as well, so I will be immersive reading it. Hopefully that means it is not going to take me that long to actually read it, but we'll see. I don't know. I do have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy this, though. It's a chonker, but it's about assassin, and it's about a hardcore, top-of-the-line assassin that no one wants to mess with until they do, and then they end up regretting it. So I'm looking forward to this one again. Like I said, I'm looking forward to all of these. I wouldn't have put them on the TBR if I wasn't. Maybe I spoke too soon. So I have been going through my read or toss books. I did decide to actually get rid of the YA that I had in the read or toss, the physical books themselves. There are a couple of those that I do still plan on reading, like Jadefire Gold. I just don't know when I'm getting around to it, and I will do the audio whenever I feel like actually picking up another audio or picking up another YA. But this was the read or toss that I am dreading but want to know. I have to know. Why does everybody say it's so bad? Is it really as bad as everyone says? I don't know. Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade. I'm reading it this month, guys. It's happening. And I'm a little scared. I know that there is a chosen one trope that gets turned on its head, and this is kind of cheeky and sometimes on the nose, but I want to know. I like, is this going to be one of those quirky things that I actually like that everyone else hates? I'm intrigued. I am intrigued enough to find out. But yes, Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of intrigued. So maybe I didn't lie. Maybe I am excited about all of these books. The next 4 will be from my spooky season MBR, and I'm going to go ahead and add them to a TBR. These will be read this month. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I have been looking forward to this. It's a magical realism story about a bard that goes to this island that is filled with spirits. and girls have been going missing, and he gets wrapped up. I think. I know there's a little bit of romance. I know there's a lot of mystery, and I'm really eager to get into this. I really love magical realism when it deals with the supernatural. So I think I'm going to enjoy this a lot. And this is Rebecca Ross's adult debut, so another reason to give it a go. And the next book from that MBR would be A History of Wild Places by Shea Earnshaw. This is Shea Earnshaw's adult debut, and this has very much a M. Night Shyamalan kind of vibe to it, where we have this secluded place that a girl goes missing, and then when someone goes to investigate her disappearance, he goes missing, and this is a community that's kind of tied off from the rest of the world. And I know this one has a magical aspect to it. I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know if it's going to be a portal fantasy or what, but very much looking forward to getting into this. And my next tea, Kingfisher, I will be reading The Twisted Ones. This one is about a girl who goes to clean out her grandmother's cabin after she passes away. She takes her dog, but that's the only company she has. And things start going wrong as she delves into her grandpa's past when she's cleaning out the house. She realizes maybe this guy wasn't crazy. Maybe there was something wrong with this world that he realized, but no one else seems to. And now either that or she's going crazy too. So I've heard this one has a lot of twists and turns that you can't see coming, but it's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this a lot. And last, but certainly not least, is the book I think people ask me when I'm going to read more often than any other book on my shelves, and it's kind of strange because I wouldn't have thought this would be it, but maybe it's because I know I love horror. That would be The Deep by Alma Katsu. So this is a story about a girl who sails on the Titanic, and she knows, or she survives, but she knows that another person that has boarded the ship that she's currently working on died on the Titanic. And so it turns into like this mystery of why is this guy here? And I know that there's a lot of supernatural things going on in this. I've said before, I love The Ghost Ship, the movie The Ghost Ship, and I feel like we're going to get those kind of vibes with this. But yeah, very much looking forward to this. And like I said, I think this is the one that people request that I read most often off of my shelves. All right, that is it for my video today. Like, subscribe, don't forget I have a Patreon, and have a great day.